Alright, so it's 5:30. So I'm running off for like 3 hours of sleep because we went to go see J Balvin last night. And we got home like at 1:30. So I'm going to Big Bend National Park. And it's like 6.5 hours away. It's 5:30. Let's see what time I get there, because I don't think it's gonna be 6.5 hours. I think it's gonna be more because I'm tired, but we'll see. All right, 6:15. So I've been driving for like 45 minutes ish, and I stopped at McDonald's because I'm kind of hungry. But yeah, this drive is killing me. I'm tired and the day just started, but I'm looking forward to getting a full night's rest tonight in my campsite, hopefully. Because then I got another big day tomorrow, so we'll see. Yeah, I got 2 sausage McMuffins and a hash brown and a Powerade. I got a Powerade because if I got coffee, I feel like it would make me go to the bathroom. Something with like orange juice. And so I was like, what else do people drink for breakfast? And I got water already, so I was like, I guess I'll get a Powerade. Alright, so it's 9:47. I got about 2 hours and 15 minutes left, but the light just turned on for the gas. I have 25 miles left, but I found a gas station, so I timed it perfectly, kind of, because I don't know how far the next one is. But there hasn't been one for like a while, so it was perfect. I didn't start with like a full tank though, so if it was a full tank, I could have gone, a little further. But I think this is good. I made it. The world's smallest Buc-ee's. Established April 1st, 2022. That's crazy. I got this guy right here. It's in the middle of nowhere. That's crazy. Alright, so I'm finally here. It's 12:23, and I'm finally here at my first adventure activity, whatever you want to call it, excursion. So I got here at 12:23. But that's what, like, I stopped for gas. I stopped to see the Buc-ee thing, and then I had to stop at the visitor center to get a pass to be here. Now I have to go through like immigration, border control, whatever it's called, for where I'm going. So I'll tell you more about that after I go through it, because yeah, I'll just tell you that after, while I'm walking. So I just crossed into Mexico, and this is a little town called Boquillas, and I'm about to get some food, but it's a pretty small town. They have a bunch of shops right here and a bar over there. But yeah, I paid some guy to drive me in a car here. It's kind of scary, but It was nice. It was like a mile walk. I didn't want to do it, so I'm gonna eat something and then shop around. Alright, so was a quick little trip. I got my little cup. That's my lunch. Went to the town, now I'm going back because I want to do another hike that's actually in Big Bend. So I want to go do that, and it's kind of like far. It's like 45 minutes from where I'm at. So next I'm going to go to Santa Elena or Santa Elena. I don't know how to say it, but it's like a nice canyon. It's kind of like where I just was in the Rio Grande River, but there's big high walls next to it, canyon walls, and it's a hike up to it. So I'm gonna go do that, but I gotta drive there. I think it's like a 45-minute drive. So then after that, then I'm gonna go to my campsite, and I'm running on fumes here because I only have 3 hours of sleep. I got no socks on. My feet got all muddy, so I didn't put my socks back on. But they're dry now, so I'll put them back on. Yeah, I got my little cup. There's a little bear, I think. Cookies, hand painted. Pretty cool. Alright, so I'm back in Texas now. The little town of Boquillas was really nice. Got to eat, got to see some shops. I didn't spend too long there. It's not that big of a town, but like when I was leaving, they were telling me they have like a crystal mine and like sand dunes. And I was like, dang, I didn't know any of this. I should have known. So yeah, it wasn't dangerous at all. There was nothing sketchy. I mean, if you saw from the video, that truck was sketchy, but it was just old. It was either that or walk a mile. So, and let me see what the temperature. I don't even know how hot it is, but I'm sweating. So I have no service, so I don't think I can check. But I got one more hike. I drive like an hour to get there, and then that'll be like around 3-ish, 3:30. The hike, I don't know how long it's gonna take. Maybe another hour, 4:35 probably, and then another hour to get back to my camp. Again, this is all like hour drives because this place is so big. So it's like I have to go across the park to then go across the park again, and then. But yeah, it should be worth it. And then cook some dinner. I'm assuming it's like 90, maybe 88 degrees. But like we're like in a desert, so it's like dry heat, super hot. Alright, so my GPS isn't working and I don't know how to get there. So we're all the way down here. Boquillas Canyon over here, Boquillas Canyon Trail. And we have to get all the way over here, all over here. So this is that big chunk of Texas that you know that hangs over that I have to drive. I have no idea how far it is. But I'm assuming I'm gonna go back here, go all the way up and around. I don't even know. But I think once I get out a little bit, I'll have more signal and it'll work. Alright, so I made it. So you can kind of see it already. It's not that far of a hike. Maybe, I think it's a mile. Well, it's like 1.6 mile. Pretty much a mile and a half. So it shouldn't be too bad. So the left side is Mexico, and the right side is Texas. Seems like we're gonna be climbing up there. We'll see. It's very narrow, but so far so good. You can see here the limestone kind of gets eroded away and becomes like a crystal. But yeah, there's a lot of stairs. It's gonna suck. This is gonna suck. It's kind of sketchy because there's no like real. That's fine. So I think from what I remember, these canyon walls are 1,500 feet, and I'm pretty sure that's taller than Eiffel Tower and Statue of Liberty. Not sure what else would be taller, but these are huge. They are huge. So yeah, that's the Rio Grande, and That left side is Mexico. This side is Texas, of course. But so earlier when I was in Mexico, I was further down the Rio Grande, further down this river, and obviously it was lower. It is kind of windy here, but it's also kind of insane, like where I am right now. Kind of scary because I could fall down there, but ooh, I'm still so tired from only sleeping 3 hours. This is worth it. This made it all worth it. Alright, well, I'm back. It wasn't too bad. I'm gonna head to my campsite now because I'm tired, I'm hungry, and it took us like an hour drive, so I don't even know what time it is. Let me see. It's 4:30, so I'll probably be getting there around 6. So we'll see what I do when I get there. I'll show you around. Alright, so I'm here at the campsite. It looks a little different than it does online. I ain't gonna lie. It's so windy, and when this fire is still on, I don't know if you can hear me, but I mean, the fire's still going. Yeah, it looks a little different. It's kind of the same, but it's I got T-bone steaks and sausage. About cooking. So I actually have a plate this time. Tongs and everything. This should work a lot better. Oh my god. Cook this, eat it, and honestly, I want to wake up while it's dark to see the stars and stuff, but like, I'm so tired. Like, I don't know how I'm still awake. It's 6:45 right now. Alright, so I made the steak, and honestly it looks pretty good. I'm eating in my car because, dude, it is so windy. I can't do anything out there. Like, the fire went out as soon as I was done with the meat I had to cook. Luckily, like, it was just blowing it out. And yeah, so being on a time crunch, that looks pretty good. I got the sausage in there, and I got a fork, and it has like a serrated edge. Hopefully I can cut it. Yeah, I think I can cut it actually. Let's see how this looks. It's alright. But yeah, I need both hands for this. Oh, I also got a Dr. Pepper from the store earlier. Got it nice and cold. Oh, that went everywhere. That's good. Alright, so made dinner. Got the wood set up for later. Spare pieces. Some of them are already here too. It's so windy. Let me show you inside. No. It doesn't look like how it looked online. At all. First of all, I can barely fit inside of here. That beat bag though. Oh. Alright, oh, I can stand up. Like, who is sleeping here? You know what I mean? Like, what is this supposed to be? Like, I messed up the blankets and stuff because I was checking for like bugs and stuff, but like, what is this? I don't know what that is. Maybe to hang my clothes? There's a light here. It's not on. Look, it's plugged in. Decoration's falling over. What the heck? Like, it's not bad, right? But like, it's not what it looked like. I'm gonna put up a picture of what it's supposed to look like. Like, you're supposed to be able to walk through. I don't get it. This 360 camera is not really good for nighttime filming. So I'll probably gonna include some clips on my phone when it goes completely dark. Hopefully with the stars I can see some stars and stuff. Big Bend is kind of known for having really unpolluted, you know, skies. Being able to see like the Milky Way and stuff like that at night. So I'm excited for that. Hopefully there's no clouds. I see a couple clouds, but we'll see. Hopefully my phone camera can pick it up, because I know this one won't. So hopefully I'll put in some pictures at least or something. I'm also gonna try to make a fire, but it's so windy right now. I don't think it's gonna start, or it's gonna last. It might start, but it's not gonna last. So I'm gonna try. But I'm gonna wait until it gets completely dark again. But yeah, I'm gonna try. Hopefully I can. We'll see. So it's 6:45 a.m. and I had kind of a rough night, but I slept more than I did last night, so today should go by better. I'm gonna go canoeing now on the Rio Grande. Hopefully I don't fall in or none of that, but I'm gonna leave now and maybe hopefully find something to eat, like a gas station or something. I don't know. I have no idea. But if not, then I have a sausage from last night, so I can probably eat that. But that's all I got. So I completely forgot that I got some Cheez-Its. So I'm gonna eat that and Arizona diet green tea. It was the only one I had, but see, that'll probably be my breakfast, but we'll see. So I stopped for gas and I got a Pop-Tart, s'mores Pop-Tart. Yeah, I didn't fill it up all the way because I was at like a quarter tank, and now I'm like more than half. I didn't fill it up all the way because it was $4 a gallon, so I was like, it's only expensive because it's the only one nearby. So I have like 250 miles, so that'll get me to where I'm going, and then like when I start going home, I can find another place that's not as expensive. And now I have like a 15-minute drive. Luckily, I got good views on this drive.
All right, guys, is everybody ready? No. All right, so like I said, I'll be kind of the lead boat today, so you're going to kind of follow where I go. The big thing to know about is just at this first spot, it gets really shallow on the right side. So I'm going to stay left and then cut back to the right once we kind of get past this first shallow bit. Y'all go ahead and follow me. As we go downstream, I'll kind of talk about some of the cooler stuff about the region. So if you want to kind of hear some of the cool stuff, just kind of stay close to my boat. And I'll talk a little about some of the neat stuff that's out here. So Christian, where are you from?
San Antonio.
San Antonio? Very nice. Is this your first time out here?
Yeah.
Awesome. We get all of our water. And Mexico, traditionally northern Mexico would get somewhere between 10 to 12 inches of rain a year. In the last 2 years, they've gotten a bit more. Yep. So they're in like dire straits at the moment, unfortunately. But the reason we're actually normally our actual half day would go upstream and we'd be doing the state park. But because it's like literally no water at all up there, there's no running water, we had to come down here to this section where we're still able to do the river just because there's all these springs in the river that refill the watershed. We'll actually see quite a few of them, especially kind of once we get to the base of that big cliff that's coming up in a little bit. I think that's a blue heron in front of us. That's either that or an osprey, just the way that it's flying. So through here, guys, we kind of stay on the left just so we don't disturb the grass too much. So the grass that you see in the water is not actually normally not here. It is native, but it's normally found in different areas of the river, more of kind of like where the mouths of creeks are. But because of how low the river has been the last couple of years, it's been able to thrive. It hasn't been washed away by the big floods. But the grassland is really important for a lot of species of fish. Just because it does provide a lot of habitat for them to take shelter in, but it also provides breeding grounds for a lot of the minnows. So typically anywhere that you see this kind of grass in the water, you tend to see a lot of these minnows just hanging around. And because you also see a lot of those minnows, you tend to see a lot of predators. So like the water snakes that live out here, gar, catfish, other stuff like that, just kind of basically moving through the grass looking for prey. You get stuck here. The big thing to notice here is that all the river at the top is going into the Mexico Bay. So you want to kind of keep your nose pointed slightly left as you come down so you don't hit it. If you do hit it, like I said, just lean into it. All right, so sound good? But other than that, let's go have some fun. So I'm going to give everybody a little piece of it. Here you go. Alright. Ooh, got it. Be able to pass this back as well.
Appreciate you.
Alright.
Where y'all from?
Seattle.
Oh. I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas.
Have you guys gotten yours yet? Alright. Yeah, this one's kind of towards the end of its life because it's only here for about a month and then it dies off. This is probably the last 2 days it's going to be around, so it's kind of not nearly as potent as it usually is. But if you get here during its peak flowering season, it tastes exactly like eating a bowl of wasabi.
Try and spin. Yeah, spin right here. Yes, exactly. Oh.
Traffic jam! Alright guys, so right up here we're going to have our next kind of faster current spot. We're going to go small log on the right bank. It won't do anything to you, but it does surprise people, so be ready to kind of feel it hit your right side. The other thing is that once you get to the bottom, it gets very shallow on the left, so you want to make sure you stay right once you pass that kind of log that's jutting out on the right. You'll feel it hit your boat.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a hard hit. It's just kind of like a little, gives you a push. But the other thing is once you get to the bottom where it calms down, you should be able to definitely hear and possibly see the hot spring coming in right there. So over here on the right's where that hot spring's flowing in. Yeah, right here is where part of that spring's coming in. There's a couple others downstream that are a little easier to see and a lot easier to. So here's one of those little springs coming in right at the water's edge. This one's a really pretty one, and this is the one that has the two eyes, like at the very top where the water comes out, it looks like two eyes coming out. Yeah, right up there. You also paddle kind of up here and put your hand in the water. It feels really nice. It's probably about 90-degree temperature. All right, guys, so up here in a second, once we pass all these big rocks, we're going to be pulling over on the left one at a time. It's going to be kind of our snack beach. While we're here, when you're getting out of the boat, watch your step. It can be a little slippery sometimes. It's largely hardened, but I don't know if this recent rain has made it slippery again. But yeah, so we'll hop out, do a little water break, and then I'll lead everybody that wants to on a hike. After the hike, we'll have a chance to jump in the water for like 2 or 3 minutes before we head back upstream.
So we have to kill something and leave something.
Has everybody got a full water bottle? Alright guys, so if anybody would like, I'm going to go ahead and lead a hike. We're going to go check out kind of some really cool plants, get to a good, nice overlook where there's some really good vistas to check out. If you don't want to do the hike, you do not have to. You can hang out here, you can hop in the water and swim around. You're more than welcome to do that. There will be an opportunity to jump in the water after the hike because I know it is pretty hot out and I did know that water's going to feel amazing. But yeah, so if anybody wants to do that hike, feel free to just follow me on this way. And we'll go check out some cool stuff.
Track goes here.
Very, very cool. Specifically the flowers. Native Americans actually knew how to process it and use it for ceremonies. We no longer know how to, but it's a member of the nightshade family. So very poisonous. You don't want to mess with it. Touching it, huh? No, there's nothing. Well, while you're going through, watch out. It all the mesquite, what it's most notorious for, is it does have like inch-long thorns.
If they get under your skin, that's what. If you scratch it, like in bed, you got to dig it out. And
These guys call them
if it hits a baby, like a toddler falls into a mesquite patch, you got real problems.
right here, guys, here's a trinket that the folks in Boquillas leave behind to sell. This part of their income. So this kind of has some of the figurines and stuff, but there's some other stuff over here that I think is a little bit better. Specifically, one part that I love showing to everybody who's on it.
He said he likes the stuff up here better.
So this is what's known as a guayacán bush. All right, so there's this guy. There's another one that's kind of right over here. Very fun little plant that I like to talk about because to me it's one of the funniest plants in the Chihuahuan Desert. So in the fall, these guys will actually produce this bright red berry that birds absolutely love to eat. And the reason the birds love to eat it is it gets them drunk. Yeah, literally their body cannot digest the seed that's inside of it, so it'll just ferment in their stomach and release alcohol. And after they eat it, it takes about an hour for it to kick in, but for about 30 minutes they'll just get absolutely drunk and they won't be able to fly. They'll be like flopping around on the ground. Once they kind of start getting some of that out of their system, they'll be able to fly, but then they're just like screaming, flying over your head. It's really funny if you ever find a spot that has a ton of this plant, because all the birds are just going nuts.
Oh, man.
But yeah, just kind of a cool little plant out here. Now right up here, we have some of these trinkets that the folks in Boquillas have left, but I want to talk about one particular trinket that they leave behind. It's these walking sticks, all right? So these walking sticks, if you guys want to come on up here, they're made from a plant that grows out here known as sotol. Sotol, it was an important plant for the Native Americans out here because it provided them pretty much everything they needed. The leaves could be used for baskets and for rope. The heart of the plant, they could eat it, but then the stalk is actually a solid piece of wood. But the really cool thing about it is that despite it's very strong structurally, like I'm not going to put it against my knee and try and break it, but it is very, very strong. Despite that, the way that it grows, the fibers on the inside actually will grow into a honeycomb pattern. If you put a microscope to it. Oh, sorry guys, we got some folks coming through. But yeah, they'll grow into a honeycomb pattern. So basically, structurally, it's incredibly durable, but it basically is hollow. So give you an idea, I think they're the best walking sticks you can get, but give you an idea, just feel the weight of that guy.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, nuts.
Whoa.
Yeah, so pretty cool plant and just how it grows out here. The folks in Boquillas harvest it, they'll paint it and put like polyurethane on it to make it like last longer and like make it look pretty. But really cool, kind of useful plant out here. Now the other thing I wanted to point out, you guys come over here, you guys see these holes? You're actually stepping on one right there, so watch out. So these holes are what are known as mortar holes. So this is what the Native Americans out here actually use, kind of like nowadays we use mortar and pestle. They'd use this to grind down beans. So that bean pod I was showing y'all, they would take the beans from the mesquites and also another plant out here called the palo verde, drop them into here, get a rock, and they basically grind them into a powder they could use as a flour, as a baking flour. Give you a perspective on how old these guys are. Archaeologists estimate that it takes about 200 years or 100 years of use to get down about 2 inches. This one right here is probably about a foot deep, so it's at least 600 years of use right there. And there's a bunch of them right here. There's another one that's kind of over here that's also deep. But just kind of cool, like the Native Americans would come out here. And honestly, it's probably older than 600 feet because where we are is technically part of the flood bay where the Rio Grande historically, when we used to have the big floods, would get up this high. So it's probably only used for like 6 to 8 months of the year. So it's probably older than 600 years. This guy right here. This is the absolute worst plant in the Chihuahuan Desert. This is what's known as tasahia. It's also called Christmas cholla because when it does produce its berries, they are these bright red, blood red berries that kind of make it look like Christmas ornaments. So why is this plant the worst plant in the desert? Well, if you guys look very carefully, you guys see these long thorns, long yellow thorns? That's not the problem. If you look really carefully, if you get really up close, the ends of those thorns have a little hook or barb on them. That's not the problem. Here's the problem, all right? So I'm gonna pretend I got stuck by it. Oh, I've been stabbed, oh no. So what do? I pull away. The thorn is still right there. That yellow thing you're seeing on the exterior, that's a sheath that wraps around the thorn. And that sheath is basically papery thin, so if somebody wants to try and pull it out of my skin, oh, no, you didn't get it. There's more in there. Oh, no, didn't get it. So that's the issue, is once it's in your skin, you cannot get it out. The only way to really get it out is if you get a lot of it in there, you have to get surgery to remove it. Otherwise, you're going to get a nasty infection that could potentially cause you to get amputated. If only a little bit, like that little barb is the only thing that's in your skin, your body naturally will eat it away and get rid of it. But as it eats away at that sheath, the sheath will release a chemical that causes painful numbness. So it's basically the exact same sensation as when you get shot with Novocaine at the dentist, except instead of it being like no feeling except for that swollen kind of weird feeling, it's that same feeling but with a sharp stabbing pain as well that lasts for about 2 hours. So you don't want to mess with this plant. But the Native Americans knew that it also had its uses, so they'd actually come around, take off all the sheaths, put it into hot water and boil it to make tea, They found that same numbing sensation would actually help settle upset stomachs. Yeah. Where would you get your water? Smell it again now.
Oh yeah.
So what you're smelling is a chemical this plant naturally produces that is an antimicrobial, so it's antifungal, antibacteria. Really good at keeping, really good at all that stuff. It produces this so that way it can sterilize the ground around itself, so that way it doesn't have to compete with grass species for water. But they use that exact same chemical to line the inside of garden hoses, so that way you don't wind up having mold and mildew growing inside your garden hose. So that's kind of why it smells like that. All right. So if everybody wants to go.
I was so glad.
The whole family in Mexico.
Yeah. Go back over. I'm gonna take a picture of y'all. Yeah. I'm an illegal. Yeah, I got
So we're up here, once we get past these first big rocks, kind of spread out a little bit just because we kind of get a little bit of traffic jam at this next spot. But y'all keep on going, you're good to go.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So for this spot right here, I suggest whoever's not pulling just kind of walk up onto that flat section and walk to the very end of the gravel bar. It's a lot easier than walking right along the riverbank. Go hop on that right here. I'll drag it on up. And you just want to kind of go up to where the gravel looks kind of drier.
Oh.
Just go up. Yeah, right up there, and just follow that till it comes back to the river. You gotta hop in right here for it. You good? Yeah, you can keep yours. Right. Once you get up here, hop in your boat. You want to get a little bit of momentum for this next spot. The pressure's kind of strong. Lauren's going to step out and kind of help anybody that is having trouble getting up it. But you do want to build some momentum for this next little bit.
It's easier to get out and hold. Sorry.
Yeah, right here is kind of a faster spot. Oh, no, you're good. Beautiful. All right.
Oh.
We are just, you guys pass.
All right.
Tired. Alright, so I'm about to head home. It's 12 o'clock. the canoe trip, man. I'm tired, but I got this Gatorade in a can. I've never tried this, but it should just be Gatorade, right? Yeah, it's weird, but thirst quenching, I guess. So yeah, I'm not sure how long the ride is back because I have no service, so I don't even know where to go. But I'm gonna try to find my way back and hopefully get service on the way there. So, like 10 minutes away from my house. 6:25 right now. But yeah, hopefully you like this video because this is honestly like the best, one of the best, not the best, but one of the best like trips I've had. Definitely the best like hiking trip I've done. So I want to do more hikes like that. Maybe not as far because that 6.5 hour drive kind of sucks, but yeah, I like the camping and stuff like that. I just need to get like a mat for the car and I'll be good. But yeah. So yeah, thanks for watching. Yeah, like and whatever.